Alrighty, Uncle Roddus here again. Video time. Let's just adjust that a little bit. Okay. Wow, what are we listening to there? This is really cool. This is very cool. This is a new record that I've been on back order, pre-order for several months. So yeah, they come up on Bandcamp, and it's through Melted Ice Cream, one of our local labels here near me, my hometown in Christchurch. Melted Ice Cream is run by a fella, he didn't start it I believe, but a fella called Brian Ferry. I got to know Brian a little bit through meeting him at gigs, and he plays in bands. So yeah, this is what we're listening to at the moment. Big Scout Council Sport, just come out on Melted Ice Cream, 3-piece. As you can hear, it's post-punky, edge pop, aggressive, really cool, bass heavy. I think it's got a bit of a Sleaford Mods sort of feel to it. Social lyrics of sorts, some of them. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty good lyrics actually. Yeah, really, this is way better than I was expecting. This is a really good release. I'm actually only on my second listen, but I was absolutely blown away by it last night when I first played it. Just on the standard black vinyl. And Melted Ice Cream have been really busy this year. And this one here just hit the shops as well. Jim Nothing. Jim Nothing is a guy called James Sullivan, and this is his first vinyl release. He has a couple of things on Bandcamp, but he's actually been around a long time. Now, Brian, the aforementioned Brian Ferry, who from Melted Ice Cream, and I say he plays in several bands around Christchurch, and he plays on this with Anita Clark on violin. Anita, I probably showed in my last video that I made. She's just put out a new album under Motti, or Mott. Saw her live recently. So yeah, this is indie, pretty much an indie record. It's again from Christchurch. It's got a real Christchurch sound to it, real indie sound to it. Really good. Yeah, we're quite impressed actually. And it's out on the white vinyls. There we go there. Right, so they're a real mix of stuff that has been coming into dribs and drabs. So it's been a wee while since I've made a video, and there's just been little bits and pieces coming in. Picked up this one out of Flying Out, I saw on their website. OC's Panther Rotate. It's a remastered and remastered, reimagined, re-spooled takes from the Protean Threat tapes, served up piping hot. Bit of a dodgy looking cover there. I've only actually played this the once so far on standard black vinyl. OC's are someone I'm just sort of kind of starting to get into a little bit, and I've picked up another one of their earlier records, and I've got a bunch that I wouldn't mind picking up. I was in town last week. Why was I in town? Work related, picking up gear and all stuff, I don't know, whatever it was. Went into Penny Lane. I picked up some CD comps, actually, some New Zealand CD comps I've been quite impressed with. They're not actually here, I can't show them. But I did find this, and I really didn't want to leave it behind. Now, I actually have it on CD. I've had it on CD since it was released in 92. But this is the first time I've ever seen it on vinyl. This sort of stuff we don't see much on vinyl, although I see that on Discogs. It's not rare, it's not expensive, there are a few copies up for sale, but it's fucking awesome, I love it. So yeah, Buried Secrets, Painkiller, John Zorn's jazz thrash band. Yeah, this is really good, it sounds cool on vinyl. Needs a clean, but it actually plays pretty well. And this wasn't expensive, I mean, it's only a 12-inch EP, but it's actually like 15 plus minutes each side or whatever it was, so it's almost an LP. Yeah, that was really cool score. I couldn't leave that behind. And also, this arrived just this week. So King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Omnium Gatherum. So it's in this cardboard outer sleeve, which I actually need to glue up because it's. And then this is the actual LP. This is, well, kind of their latest. This is the latest one that's available. There's like about 2 more or 3 more of their, because these guys are so freaking prolific. There's about 3 more records coming out in the near future, just on the black vinyl. Double LP, really diverse record, this one. It's got a lot of different styles on it. So I've got Micro Tonal Banana record, which is really cool. I like, and I've listened to bits of other stuff on there online. A couple of guys on Facebook who are quite into them said that, I mean, who got a lot of their stuff, sort of said this is a kind of return to form. They just put out so much music, it's hard for them to really keep it up, I reckon. But yeah, I don't know, this is really cool. So really impressed with that. So yeah, I'd like to get some more King Gizzard stuff. And this, oh wow, now this has arrived. This is the new, God, what is it called? The Comet is Coming? Yeah, the Comet is Coming, Hyperdimensional Expansion Beam. This is out on Impulse. This is Shabaka Hutchings, one of his bands. Where are the name of the bloody players on it? Anyway, this just absolutely has blown me away. Now I've got some of the Shabaka and the Ancestor stuff. I've got Sons of Kemet, one of their records. Tried to get some early ones of these in New Zealand, but wasn't able to get them through flying out. Probably have to get them in on Discogs, which postage is just too much. This is, I don't know, techno jazz, man. This is it's electro jazz. Because there is techno beat type music on this, but there's jazz overlaid it, and this is really stunning record. This is record of the year, I reckon, maybe. Absolutely stunning. Just a single album in a gatefold sleeve on Impulse Records. Wicked, man. A reissue of sorts, the Double Happies. This is a Flying Nun reissue, just come out a few weeks ago. Pretty much everything the Double Happies recorded. This is basically a compilation of their EP, their single, some live tracks taken off a live CD, I think, that was released back in the early 90s, well after they'd split up. Well, they didn't split up so per se. The Double Happies were an early Flying Nun band formed by our friend, his name is completely eluding me right now, you know, from Dimmer, Straight Jacket Fits, Shane Carter. Right, got it. Shane Carter formed this band with, I believe, an old school friend of his called Wayne Elsley. And back in the early 80s, unfortunately, while on tour in the North Island, Wayne came to a tragic end when he stuck his head out the window of a moving train just as it was going into a tunnel. So, pretty tragic way to pass, pretty horrific and pretty stupid. So that was the end of this band. But so this is pretty much everything they put out. So they're to find their records, they are a little bit hard to find on Flying Nun, the originals. I say only an EP and a single. That's all gathered together here, plus a couple other tracks I believe that weren't actually ever released. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's just on black vinyl, I believe. Yeah, nothing coloured on that. That's on black vinyl too, I think. Nothing colours there, no. And then we're going to a local fella, Tom Cunliffe. I've got a couple of his first LPs. His first LP I think I like the best. I haven't listened to the next one, but this is his new one out. Still, yeah, I believe he's an ex-Irishman actually, living in New Zealand. Great singer, seen him play live. Yeah, really cool. Secret Exhibition is the record. It's pretty much self-released, I believe. On green vinyl, this one. And notice the large letters on each side, just so that you know which side of the record is which is actually quite unusual nowadays, because I have so many records that come out which I have no idea what side is what, and I have to look on the etchings inside the groove, run out groove, to see what side is what. So that's Mr. Cunliffe is playing next weekend on Friday night. I might pop in to see him. Another local release from Jenny Mitchell. This is her third record. Now I have her first LP. I really enjoyed it. She's got a fantastic singing voice. Only a young lady in her very early 20s, I believe. Her first album came out about 2017 when she was about 18. She was a quarter finalist in one of those talent shows they show on TV, which I don't watch. And normally I wouldn't expect to listen to any of the artists that are on those shows, because most of them are very commercial, trying to go for the big time. But yeah, she's I don't know what she did on that show, but she's Americana country, New Zealand country. She's from Gore, which is like the centre of New Zealand country. I mean, it's country that is, down there, way down south. But this is really good too. And I saw her live recently, playing tracks off this and her previous album. She does a really good track on Head Trouble Finds a Girl with Tammy Nielsen. So there's a great, so she's getting out there into the music scene locally here. Good LP, and lots of strong material, this lady, and great set, great live set. The new one from Troy Kingy has just arrived recently. I only listened to it a couple of times so far. I guess it's not. I don't know if it's as good as the previous one that he did with Delaney Davidson. Troy's trying to do 10 LPs in 10 years in 10 different genres. I'm not quite sure what genre he would call this. It's kind of got an 80s disco feel to it, perhaps. This is a double LP in that it's supposed to be the audiophile edition. So they've spread the LP out over 2 tracks. You can buy a single LP version. It's only on black vinyl, I believe. Is it? Yes. But Troy often puts out coloured variations of his releases. And some of the coloured variations of the records he's put out over the last few years, and they're fetching a very limited release, and they're really fetching some big dollars. This is Igatron record, which is the first one I got onto on this series of records, which is the second LP. First one was CD only. I've never been able to get it on vinyl, and now the vinyl copies are selling for $900 frickin' on Discogs. And some of his other ones are going. Yeah, I saw him live recently with Delaney Davidson, doing the previous album to this live, and that was an absolutely fantastic show. He is a really, really, really good singer, especially live. And then another really great singer, New Zealand singer, Marlon Williams. I really need to get these cleaned up and play them some more. This hasn't had a lot of airtime. This is Marlon's third record plus a live LP. There's the lyric sheets inside. I believe this one is on this is on a yellow vinyl. So yeah, this hasn't had a lot of my attention just yet, but Marlon's pretty good. You just got to let the stuff worm its way into your subconscious. And then finally, now my wife often brings me home the latest uncuts. I don't buy the magazine anymore, to be honest. I don't read it through. I find a lot of the writing is not that enjoyable nowadays. It's not. The magazine's gone down hell a wee bit, and a lot of the reviews they over-review stuff and overrate stuff. I've been listening to a lot of music, and their CDs usually only about 1 or 2 tracks that I'm enjoying nowadays. So, but anyway, I still like to keep in touch with things, and she brings them home. And then the last one she brought home earlier this year, I haven't done one for a few weeks, but I saw an advert for this, and I really needed to jump on it. Sounds of the New West Uncut Presents. This is a compilation. So I started reading the Uncut magazine back in the very early 2000s. I missed out on the first volume of Sounds of the New West, but I did actually pick it up later on CD. The second volume came out while I was collecting it, and the CD was missing. And I could never find another copy of it. So I don't have it. And then the other ones, I think there's 5 volumes of CDs that they've released. And so I only have the first one. I don't have any of the others. This is culled from those 5 CDs. It's a double LP. There are 8 tracks on each. So 17 tracks all up. Spread across fairly the range. So there's a few of those from the 2000s and late 90s. This is a limited edition worldwide set, I think, of 2,000 copies. That's on blue vinyl for the first record. No Ryan Adams on it, I was surprised. Obviously, maybe they couldn't get clearance for his music, because they were huge on Ryan Adams when I started reading them, and the purple for the second one. So that is the lot of my releases, of my new purchases over the last couple of months. And it is, October now, second half of October 2022. So I'm still posting videos that I made last year before Christmas. So I haven't got around to posting many videos this year. I've got a backlog of them on the computer, which I need to get my shit together and get up there for you people to watch, those that are interested. Now that's just finished. So that Big Scout is a limited edition of 200 copies only, and I believe so is the Jim Nothing. That's only 200 copies available on those two. So yeah, they're pretty limited releases, which tends to be a way of things, a lot of the New Zealand stuff. So that's me again. I'm still buying records occasionally. Just things have slowed down a wee bit because I am trying to save some money. Right, okay, I'm enough now. I'll see you again next time. Cheers, bye.